Okay, y'all. The light, natural light is not working for me. So I'm going back to my office and film this video. But stay tuned. And here we are. It's real. All right. If you are new here, y'all, let's talk about what is going on, what happened, how I hit this goal and this milestone, and all the other good stuff. Okay. So if you are new here, I am Dr. Shamanda. I am a licensed mental health and addictions therapist based out of North Carolina, and I specialize in financial therapy, which is all about helping people heal and understand their relationship with money. But on this channel, I share my own personal finance journey on top of financial education and stuff. But I share my own journey towards building wealth, saving, investing, and paying off debt. Okay? So, as you can see, I'm excited about this new milestone that I just reached. And I want to walk you through what happened, how this happened, all that good stuff. So last year, I paid off my car, the remaining balance of my car loan. And I had reached $6,000 in my high yield savings account. And I wanted to pay off my car by the end of the year. And I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to pull this money out. And so I ended up using some of that to help pay off my car faster, basically, by the end of the year. So obviously I came into this year needing to start over because I was like, yeah, I have investments and all that, but I need to have some money in my savings account. Like, this don't feel right. And no, I don't want to have just $1,000. Sorry. So I set a goal to hit $10,000 by December, and this was like in March, I believe. But then I was like, I think I can do this a little faster. What if I try to do it by August? And yeah, so that's what we've been doing. And I was like, I'm going to throw every extra dollar at this goal. And if you go back and watch the first couple videos, you'll see I transferred $1 and something cent at times. Like, I don't care. If it's a penny, I'm transferring it over to the savings goal. I also was teaching as well this over the summer, so I use that income as well. Okay, and YouTube income. So let's break down this final month. Okay, because I do want you to check out the old videos to get like a full understanding of what this process was like. So I started this month off with a balance of $8,067.64. Now that was after the interest that I accrued from my high yield savings account. Okay, now these were my transfers for this month. I transferred $30.78. That was a miscellaneous transfer. Another miscellaneous transfer of $29.42. Another transfer of, so then these next three transfers were from therapy sessions. So this is basically what I paid myself from seeing clients that week or whatever, right? So the first one was supposed to be like $916, but I ended up getting paid more somehow. So I don't know. I think they added another client that I saw that I didn't remember, or like I have payout end dates, and I think that I counted one to the next payout, but it actually was on this payout or whatever, if that makes sense. So that would end up being $1,014. Yeah, $1,014. So that was like the biggest payout. Okay, then my second therapy transfer for this month was $144.83, and my third, which was this week, therapy transfer to my savings account or goal was $713.33, leaving me with a total transfer of $1,932.26, and that gave me the final freedom fund of $10,000 equal, right? And so usually I try to do $2,000 increments, but I was like, I got a lot going on this month, so let's just hit whatever I need to get to $10,000. So there we are, $10,000. Okay, I want to look at like the journey to this number. So in March, I started off with $1,029.92. In April, I went to $2,132.34. In May, I jumped to $4,003.60. Now, May was when I started teaching my summer class, so I used my payout. It was like a little over $1,000, about $1,300. I used that to help fund the account as well. Then June, another teaching payout plus therapy session payouts. That was $6,014.18. And then July, before the interest, that was $8,043.40. Now this was like huge because I had only made it to $6,000 in my savings account before. So $8,000 was like a huge milestone as well, because that was the largest amount that I had ever saved at one time. So yeah. So I went from $1,029.92 to $10,000 in less than 5 months. That is an increase of $8,970.08 in liquid savings. Y'all, like, I can't, honestly, it still feels very surreal to me. Like, girl. But let's see, how did I get here, right? It wasn't just like this big windfall. I did this through therapy income, teaching income, YouTube income, miscellaneous income, aka like just random money, or like if I didn't use all the money for something I budgeted that week or month, so I would just transfer that over instead of spending it. Also just the idea of consistency, being consistent, and also being intentional. Okay, now what does $10,000 mean to me? Y'all, that is not a lot of money. Obviously it's not life changing. However, it does give me a little bit of breathing room. It does give me a little bit of a foundation. Your average person does not have even $1,000, not even $500, honestly. And there's research to back this up. I think it's about 80% of Americans don't have $1,000 saved. And there's a lot going on in the economy, so there's no shame around that. I get that. But what that means for me is I mean, you know what I'm saying? If I had 1,000, I would feel good, because I'm like, most people don't. So having 10,000 feels amazing to me. Okay. And also, like, I'm self-employed, and I've done all of this while being self-employed in my first 6 months of being self-employed. So that feels good as well. Okay. This also taught me that I can follow through on my financial goals. I've already told myself that, and showed this to myself last year when I paid off my car. I set that huge goal. I've also been paying off debts as well, so I've shown myself that. But setting such a big goal in such a short period of time, that has really shown me that your girl is disciplined. Okay, disciplined, consistent. I'm a woman of my word. Okay, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna lock in and I'm gonna do it, period. And that's just it. And I'm like that with everything in my life. I can be a little stubborn at times. I can be frugal. I can be all the things. But on the other side of this, I can tell you it feels so good. And at the end of the day, I know that I can hit $10,000. I can hit 100,000, and then $1 million. That's just how my mind works. Okay. So what's next? I've hit the $10,000 freedom fund, but I'm not going to stop there. Obviously, you guys know my ultimate goal is to have $100,000 saved in my high yield savings account. And the next milestone is $25,000. Now that is not going to happen this year, because the whole point of hitting 10,000 by August was so that I can have the next 4 months to really focus on paying off my final debt that I have until so that I can just focus on student loans and my mortgage as far as debt payoff. Okay, so the $25,000 goal starts January 2027. So I have 4 months to not worry about savings. That feels really good, y'all, for real, because it gives me more space to focus on debt payoff and investing. Okay. Keep in mind, I've been doing this while investing and paying off debt too, and managing a household. I have 2 teenagers, adult teenagers, but like, that's what I'm saying. I'm extra proud of myself. But anyway, y'all, that's pretty much it. That's all I have in this video. I am so grateful to everyone who supported me on this journey, who has encouraged me, who has believed in me. I hope that this doesn't come off braggadocious, child. Like, $10,000. I mean, it's a lot. It's a big chunk of change, but it ain't nothing to be. I'm not about to be bragging about that. Like, I'm grateful. I feel like if I can do it, other people can do it if they set their mind to it and you're intentional. I'm not trying to say it's easy to do, but it's possible, right? But thank you guys so much for encouraging me, for believing in me, and knowing that, you know, it's possible, and giving me just good vibes. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that so much. So as far as savings, I will see you in January 2027 for our next milestone of $25,000. All right, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.